I give some people time to chime in on here and on Instagram. I will take this time. I am live on YouTube. I would take this time to introduce myself as I always do. My name is Bill B. Bo Women's Empowerment. Some of the things that I do, I am a singer songwriter. I am an author, and I am a empowerment coach that specializes in personal development and growth. I am let me turn off my ringer here. So I am all of those things, or I do all those things, and I am all of those things. And I have been honored over the last 14 days of doing this challenge today. Earlier today, I got us caught up because of some issues. So 7 are up now. You can go back and watch the replays on Facebook or Instagram or on YouTube. Tonight, we're going to be discussing what's hurt got to do with it. Yep, you heard right. During these defining the moment, we have been challenged and stretched to our capacity to redefine our moments by responding appropriately to those moments and changing the narrative of past moments. I see some people watching on Facebook. Hey, y'all. Hey. And so we're going to be delving into this subject of what's hurt got to do with it. I don't know about you, but if you live a little, you'll learn that you will be hurt a little or sometimes a lot, and how we are able to navigate through that particular hurt means everything. Because some of us, you'll probably hear me say it over and over again throughout this challenge, is sometimes in the moment when we are hurt in moments, we begin to stay there. We begin to make it our landing ground, and we stay there, and we perpetuate the cycles in that moment, and we never get past the moment. And so the whole purpose of defining the moment challenge is you taking charge of that moment, you creating the narrative so that you can appropriately define what that moment is. And so tonight we're talking about what hurt. What's hurt got to do with it? Hurt has a lot to do with where we are. If you are stuck and stagnant because of a wound, a soul wound, or an offense, this is for you. Okay, you can't get past some things. This topic and subject is for you. So I'm going to just ask you this. Have you ever just been so hurt so badly that it hurts you to the core? I mean, you cannot move, you cannot talk, you cannot breathe because the hurt goes down so deep. And many a times some of those hurts can keep us left with gaping holes on the inside. Is nothing that can satisfy. We're looking for everything else to fill these holes and this pain, but we never can find that comfort, that level of comfort. And so what I have learned over the years is how to navigate hurt. Trust me, I a lot, and sometimes I've dealt with it really great, and other times I dealt with it not so great. And so I'm learning how to navigate this thing called life, even in the face of pain, in the face of sorrow, in the face of heartache, false expectations, in the face of a lot, and it's up to us to progress forward. And so I just came with this understanding that I'm not going to allow um, my hurt feelings to stop me. Um, I just can't afford it. I can't afford it because my dream and my aspirations is to people who are hurting. And so if I stay in a corner somewhere licking my wounds, how am I going to be able to move forward and to do the things that God has called me to do if I'm going to stay stuck hurting? And so um um I came up with the topic, what's hurt got to do with it? It has a lot to do with where we're going, how we process it, um, all of that. Hurt has everything to do with not moving forward, not living out our full potential, not embracing new things, new experiences, new relationships. Hurt is not trusting again, not loving again, not forgiving again. And hurt will cause us not to be present, not to show up the way that we should, because when we're hurt, what we're kind of on Instagram, how are you? We come in just a tad bit, but we don't fully give ourselves to the experience when we're hurt. And so we're disconnected. Our bodies are there, and I talked about that a little bit today. Our bodies are there, but we're not there. Our heart is not in it. So hurt can cause us, we're not really, meshed together with our surroundings, the people that's there, because we're guarded. Hurt can debilitate us, and have us in a corner licking our wounds. That's just the truth of the matter. It will have us licking our wounds. It will have making excuses. Will have us doing all kinds of stuff. It will have us seeing one thing, and it's something that's really not there, and we respond to it. We live it out. And so, how do we define the moment and change the narrative so that we can move healthily in our journey, or move healthy in our journey and boldly in our journey? First, the first step, if we're going to surrender so that we can live freely, we must first let ourselves feel the feeling. Oftentimes when we hurt, we don't like to tolerate the feeling because it's hurtful when we relive what happened to us or what was done to us. We have a tendency to not want to feel it again. Like I absolutely it hurts me at times, not as much as now than it was, some years back. When people tell me they'll be there for me, or they'll do anything for me, or they got my back, or then they drop you like a bad habit. They drop me. They could care less. They I was replaceable. I was, just all kinds of things went through my mind. Whereas my heart ached because I knew I would not do that. Even in a fragile state, even in moments of anger, I would not withdraw my loyalty from someone that I love and care about, and make them feel like you're replaceable. Um, and so I would repress things. Hurt will cause you to repress some things. If you think about it, hey there, how are you? Um, Pressed emotion, like applying pressure to, expecting it not to pop. That's what we do when we repress those feelings. So when we don't let ourselves feel it, it's almost like I don't want this balloon to bust. I don't want it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. And in those moments when I felt hurt, when I was holding on to a whole lot of words and had a whole lot of expectation and was let down and was wounded with words and lies and all kinds of stuff, I will hold on to it. I would never ever want to feel it because it took me back to a place of not being wanted, being abandoned, do all these other feelings, not being good enough, and all that stuff. So I will hold it and hold it, and before you know it, it will pop. It will pop. My ring light just turned off on me. I don't know why. Uh-oh. YouTube people. And so I had to learn how to deal with that because sooner or later, if you're holding on to that hurt like a balloon and you're just applying pressure, different stressors, and you're applying pressure, applying pressure, eventually it's going to pop. And sooner or later, you're going to be popping off at your friends, at your family, at your children, over small things. And when you begin to feel that and you're popping off at people, understand and know that it's something that you have to allow yourself to feel and process. The second thing, you need to find a healthy outlet in how you express your hurt. Find a healthy outlet. Don't, some people turn to stuff that cause more destruction. So take the time to feel and not wallow. Hey, Charlene, that's my sis. Hey, girl. Hey, good to see you on Facebook. It's good to see you. I got my brother Dakota on one end and my sister on the other end, and nobody yet on YouTube. But I'm gonna keep on pushing. So the second thing is to find a healthy way to express your hurt. Take the time to wallow, unpack the hurt so you can get to the root cause of it. Unpack those feelings and acknowledge the hurt. We go back to step one, not just feeling it, but acknowledge that you are hurt. Some people be like, well, I speak for myself. I used to be like that. They didn't hurt me and be hurt, wounded. And then I try to show up and act like nothing phased me. Nothing. Thank you. I don't know why my ring light keeps doing that. I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone. How about that? That makes me look a little ashy. I just got this new ring light. Uh-oh, YouTube people. I'm not trying to. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this lighting right. Lighting is everything. I don't know why it's doing that. But I was one of those ones. Thank you, Charlene. Yep, those who are assigned to me will come. So I'm gonna keep on doing what God said. Thank you for the encouragement. And so yeah, you have to come to that place, Charlene, to be honest and say, I'm really hurt about this. This really hurt me. You know what I used to do when I was dealing with hurt, for whatever reason, I would think if I acknowledge my hurt or even express my hurt to the person that hurt me, I felt like I was weak. Has anybody else felt that way before? Where you're hurt by what they did or what they said, but you don't want to express it. You kind of have like this pride thing, and I never want to be vulnerable, especially because I have people too. When I'm in a moment, or if I had a moment, they would throw that moment back up in my face, or they'll throw up what they did for me in my face. And so I got to a point where I don't want to be vulnerable with you, because if you're doing it so that when I have another moment, you can say how wonderful you have been to me. And it goes back to what scripture says about your own side.